Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jonathan. I'm a spiritual guide, a healer, and a medium. And to my returning subscribers, welcome back, my friends, welcome back. Are you sensing right now that there's this big shift, this big split as far as the collective? Right now, half of the population is still living in fear and is willing to do whatever it takes to try to go back to how it was. And then there's another group of individuals who this has triggered their spiritual awakening. This is what I'm going to talk about as far as this big energy split that's happening and what to expect in the upcoming months, how to use these energies in order to help you to progress forward on your spiritual journey. Let's get started. It has now been well over 1 year since this thing has taken control of our lives. And right here, where I live, here in Canada, Quebec, the majority of individuals who are susceptible to this thing have had what they needed in order to protect them. Yet all the restrictions are still being upheld, yet our human rights are still being violated each and every single day. And right now, we're going on in Quebec. Since December 23rd, we have had a curfew. Since December 23rd, we have not been allowed to go visit anyone in any other household. And as far as the energies, right now, there is this massive split that's occurring. Because right now, you have half the population, whether they want to admit it or not, are still living in fear, or else they are fed up with this. Therefore, they're literally down on their knees and they are begging their government to do whatever they have to in order to get life to back how it was before. But the truth of the matter, it's never going to go back to how it was. And those of you who've had your spiritual awakening are aware of this. You're aware of this, that we're going through a major transformational phase. It is going to take years. Everything is going to have to crumble before we are able to rebuild. But as you move forward, it's really important to put the focus back on yourself. Now is not the time. You've already had your time to try to convince other individuals as far as the plan, as far as how they're going to take this. Now is really the time to put the focus on yourself. Stop even opening up to your loved ones about which direction you're deciding to push forth with. Right? As of right now, let your actions speak louder than your words, because as far as the plan of a selected group of few, they already knew that not everyone was going to take that protection. They already knew that a certain percentage was not going to be willing to take that protection, and that they planned on it. Because by not having the entire population take it, now it gives them an excuse to continue with these harsh restrictions, with these lockdowns, with these closures of businesses. And then the next step, it is going to be the passport. Don't be surprised if by the end of the year you will have some type of application on your phone that will let them know whether or not you are protected. And then after a certain point, it's going to become too much of a hassle to do this. They're just going to want to directly implant the chip. But as far as moving forward, right now, you're being given the gift of time. You're being given the gift of knowledge, because right now on your spiritual journey, you're going to learn more over the upcoming months than you have as far as the past year, as far as the direction that you should be heading towards, as far as your spiritual gifts being amplified, as far as the truth being revealed to you, as far as how powerful you truly are. And this is going to allow you to completely disconnect from the matrix. And what I'm talking about, it's going to allow you to tap into your God-given gift to begin to create or begin to serve in a way where you will not be dependent on the system. You're able to completely remove yourself out of the system. Because as far as for myself, no word of a lie, 2020 was the greatest year of my life. My life was incredible in 2020. And now in 2021, there's even more exciting things to look forward to moving forward. And really view it this way. Because think about this. Go back 20, 30 years as far as an individual's social group. Okay, his social surrounding. Look how small it was. Cell phones became popular, let's say mid to end 90s. At about the year 2000, people started to get cell phones, and then social media apps came online. Therefore, look at now your social group as far as all the different ways you're being influenced compared to 20 years ago. You see what I mean? And what I'm talking about this is how they've gotten the mass majority of individuals to fall into that fear-based reality. It's where you no longer need to have one individual that you directly know that's had this, that has affected them, because of how big the social group is, where you're obviously going to know someone who knows someone who knew someone who was affected, and it's always some type of tragic story. Therefore, it really gets you into that fear mentality. And that's how individuals are as far as the collective right now. They're in this fear base and they're still hanging on to the past, and that's what they want to go back to. They're not looking forward. They're not looking to use these energies to truly create the life that they deserve. They're happy being on autopilot. They're happy staying in their comfort zone. They're happy knowing each and every single day, every little thing that's going to happen. They don't want the changes to come forth. But they're gonna see. They're gonna see after a certain while, those of you who've opened up to your family members about what's going on, they're gonna start to see it. They're gonna start to see, oh my God, the events that you were telling me about, the way that you were telling me that we were going to be getting manipulated is exactly how everything is unfolding. And that's why, as far as the energies, as far as how you're able to use these energies moving forward, the next 2 to 3 months, you're going to have so many things that are going to be revealed to you. But it's for those of you who are going to amplify up your spiritual practices. Those of you who are going to do your best to calm the mind in order to tap into your heart space, because your mind is not what connects you with God. Your mind is not what connects you with your angels and your guide. Your mind is not what connects you with your higher self. It is through your heart chakra. It is through raising your vibrational frequency, calming the mind, that you're going to be able to tap into this information. And you're going to discover, because as far as the energies, couldn't be any better. Right now, we are just about to have the super pink moon. Okay, this is the first super moon of the year, and it happens to be in Scorpio. There's no sign out there that's able to shine some light into the dark like Scorpio can. And this is exactly what's going to happen. Certain things are going to be coming up. It's for you to release them. You've done the inner work, and it's now time to give yourself permission to release these once and for all. And then we're gonna have the Gemini new moon. Then we're gonna have the Taurus new moon. The Taurus new moon is going to help you as far as starting to structure your life, as far as starting to give yourself more time and opportunities to spend on what you truly love, whether it is meditating, any type of thing that you truly enjoy doing. You're going to start to structure your life. You're going to be able to start to find the time needed as far as certain projects that have been on your mind. You're going to start to structure your life, because as far as Taurus energy, Taurus are very successful people. The top CEOs are Tauruses. And what I mean by this is, when you add up all the CEOs in the world, the number one zodiac sign as far as these CEOs are Tauruses, because they know how to push forth. They know how to structure their life. They know how to get things done. And you're going to be able to tap into this energy. And then we're going to have the Sagittarius full moon, which happens to be an eclipse. Sagittarius are incredibly sociable people. These individuals are able to talk to anyone. Therefore, if you're starting working on something, but then all of a sudden there's a blockage, you're going to be able to tap into this energy in order to reach out and get, whether it's information or get the help that is needed in order to help you progress forward. Then we're going to have the Gemini new moon. Geminis, oh my God. As far as Geminis, there's not one sign that is more creative. When I'm talking about in an artistic way, there's not one sign that's more creative. And that's the thing. You're going to be able to tap into this energy in order to help you really blow this idea out of the water, as far as really expanding on that one little idea that you've had. This energy is going to really help you to expand it. And as far as the energies, it's once you start to become aware of them, that you don't miss the wave, because these energies are not permanent. These energies, it's just like a surfer. riding a wave. You literally have a very set limit of time to catch that wave. Okay, and that's why I suggest, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification, because I do regular energy reports. I do a channel message each and every single week, which is going to help you as far as how to navigate these energies, how to be able to reach your maximum potential by tapping in, understanding, and using these energies, because that's why everything is unfolding the way it is. That's why these energies are coming up now, because now this big split is beginning. This big split, and don't worry about your friends. Don't worry about your loved ones. Really put the focus on yourself. Really put the focus on yourself. Let your actions speak louder than words, because right now it's no longer the time to try to convince individuals of something, of a certain type of scenario that is going on. Let them see it for their eyes. And not only this, not everyone is meant to awaken. Not everyone can handle right now having an awakening. A lot of individuals are still staying in this fear-based reality. But at a certain point, if you have to start bringing yourself down in order to get to someone's level, now's the time to let them go. And I don't mean let go, no longer talk to them, but now's the time to let go, as far as trying to convince them of anything, trying to challenge them on any type of self-limited belief that they have. Just love them unconditionally. Be compassionate towards them. Be understanding towards them, because they might still have their awakening a little bit down the road. And like I say, this is not going to end over the next 6 months. This is years. It's going to take years to create this major transformation. And right now, the more you're able to focus on yourself, let go of that stress, that worry, that anxiety, really calm the mind, tap in your heart space, raise your vibration, which is going to help open up your third eye, which is going to help open up your crown chakras. That's going to help to make that guidance become clearer and clearer, and allow that faith to grow. As far as my spiritual journey, as far as what has helped me the absolute most, for me, there is a God. For me, there's no doubt there's a God. I have felt His presence. I had a miraculous spiritual awakening. I went through an incredible experience that cannot be scientifically explained. For myself, I don't feel it can be scientifically explained. Therefore, I believe, and it's these beliefs that has allowed me to start to bring forth my manifestations. So I've been awakened for 3 years. I've only had to work for 6 months. Yet I always seem to attract abundance when I need it. I'm always able to tap into my God-given gift in order to bring forth my manifestation. I'm able to spend more and more time doing what is it that I'm passionate about. And I've released, and one thing is release that stress of having to reach a certain goal at a very specific moment. And instead realize this: everything is going to come forth in the perfect divine timing. And enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. Right now, you might just be given time to see the beauty around you, to see all the peace that you've been able to create, to see how your reality is now reflecting how you feel inside. And those of you who are still working through things, continue to be kind, compassionate, loving, and understanding towards yourself as you are with others. You're doing far better than you think. The majority of individuals go through their entire life continually keeping in all this baggage, not wanting to face it, keeping it trapped into their heart space, therefore is no longer able to feel that love, joy, and bliss. But you're clearing that out now. You're doing that inner work. And it might not feel like it right now. You might not be able to sustain those high vibrational frequencies. I mean, is physically feel that love, joy, and bliss all the time. But you're getting little bursts. You're getting that burst of emotions that are coming up. And that's just a sign of how you're going to start to feel at a certain point on a regular basis. Now, all of a sudden, you're continually raising up your vibration, and you're going to sense this at a certain point. You're going to sense the inside of your body vibrating with this incredible energy. And as far as moving forward, don't let anyone hold you back. And that's why I say, don't even bother opening up to anyone unless they're going through their awakening right now, unless they're truly able to understand you at each and every single level. And what I mean by this is you can openly talk about anything spiritual and they won't look at you weird. They will actually be understanding, and they might have even experienced what you've experienced. Keep it to yourself. But at the same time, start getting yourself out in the world. Start stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit each day, because it's going to start to attract individuals. And right now it might be forced, it might be online. Right now it'll start out online. But then at a certain point, you might start to grow some type of connection with these individuals, because there's so many earth angels that are popping up just at the right moment in order to help individuals out with exactly what they need. And as long as you continue to tap into your heart space, you continue to amplify up those spiritual gifts, those spiritual practices, when something comes up, let it go. Whenever you're getting triggered, take a step back. Wait a moment before you actually react. And think about it. It's like, whoa, why all of a sudden is this coming up? Didn't I learn my lesson 3 months ago? Didn't I go through something that totally changed my views, totally changed how I saw this? And I no longer want to react the same way as before, because that's why whenever you're being triggered, you're either being tested, you're being shown, here's what you should let go, or else you're being shown, listen, you've done the inner work. You're more prepared than you think. You're going to get through this. It's the same thing as far as blockages. You start viewing everything that's coming forth as happening for you, and continue to tap into that gratitude vibrational frequency more and more. Those of you who are still waiting on your manifestations, those of you who still don't feel as though you've honed in on exactly how to best manifest things in your life, I'm telling you this, try this. When I did this, everything changed for me. Go on a gratitude overload. Literally 1 week straight, 7 days, every single moment that you're able to send out gratitude for something. You catch a red light going into work. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels, for giving me the time to relax before I get into work. You're stuck in traffic. Thank you, God, for letting me being able to listen to my favorite song. Start looking at everything that's happening as happening for you. And when you get in this mentality, you might not realize it, but you're raising your vibrational frequency and you're emitting out abundance. And at a certain point, God, the universe, source has got no choice but to match that vibrational frequency. And as far as your first manifestation, it does take a long time to come forth, because you've created this incredible inner change in such a short period of time that it's not possible for God and the universe to literally change your reality to match it immediately. But what ends up happening is you spiked up. You took a major spike, you know what I mean? You really leveled up. As far as going through this hermit phase, the healing, discovering yourself, peeling back there, you really leveled up. But at a certain point, I'm not saying you're gonna plateau, but it won't be as steep. Therefore, you're gonna start to notice that your reality is gonna match more and more as far as how you feel inside. And once you start seeing this, you start realizing whenever situations come up, you start realizing, okay, I'm gonna look within. You know what I mean? I'm getting in an argument with someone about a certain thing, or I'm having a difficult time to convince someone of something. I'm going to look within. What inner changes am I able to make to now make it a calm, peaceful environment? Because for myself, that's what it's been all about. I went through a 4 or 5 year incredibly deep level of depression, where it was spiritual warfare within me. It was Satan versus God literally within me. And this war is one thing that I want to get rid of. I really wanted to create inner peace, and that's what I focused in on at first, was creating this inner peace, learning how to love myself, learning how to respect myself, learning how to take care of myself, which allowed me to start leveling up as far as my confidence, which allowed me to become braver as far as stepping out of my comfort zone. And once more, it's baby steps. You start with baby steps, just a little bit each and every single. I'm not asking you to run a 5-mile marathon. No, but you know what? You can start by trying to walk. You know, just taking little steps, because the more opportunities as far as stepping out of your comfort zone, The more times you're able to do it, the more new secret doorways are going to open. And 2021 is about beautiful, unexpected blessings coming forth. This is no bullshit, okay? Number five signifies changes. But now look at all the inner work that you've done, all the positive changes that you've done. Therefore, positive changes coming forth. So really, tap into your heart space. Start thinking about what it is that you love. And it doesn't matter if you're going to make money off of it or not. It completely doesn't matter. It's your vibrational frequency that matters. That's what's going to attract abundance at first. And you're going to discover everything you need to know when you need to know it. But it's starting to take action and realizing right now, as far as your loved ones, it's being loving, caring, compassionate, and understanding. There's still time for them, but right now is not the time to convince them. Right now is to put the focus on yourself, because that split has begun. And imagine if you become 1% better starting today, each and every single day. Not even a quarter, even a 0.5%, each and every single day over the next year. Think about how you're going to be able to transform your life. Because what you're going to notice, your first manifestation might take a year and a half to come forth, but then it speeds up. And all of a sudden you'll start seeing every 6 months you're taking a quantum leap. Then all of a sudden you're going to see every 3 months it's coming forth. Then you're going to notice, oh my God, I'm manifesting at a much faster rate. And don't just look long term. Short, medium, long. What's currently blocking you right now? What's the one thing that you want as of this very moment that's going to help you to take the very next step? And then let's say within the next 2 weeks, within the next month, what is it that you need within the next 2 weeks, within the next month? Which direction would you like to be pointing towards? And then your big manifestation, you continue to envision those. You continue to do that meditation, tap into that love vibrational frequency, start sending out gratitude for everything, and then envision what is it that you want. And what you're going to realize, this is what's incredible, what you're going to realize when you're envisioning some of these visions, you're being shown, especially once you start seeing more and more detail, as far as you've been meditating on the exact same thing as far as what is it that you want to attract. You start seeing more and more the detail. You're starting to feel it more and more. It's like, whoa, it's like as if I was really there. You're being shown. You're being shown, but all you're being asked, God is just asking you, trust me, have faith in me, believe in that perfect divine timing. Realize you're being given the gift of time right now. Prepare in whichever way you see fit. And not only this, as you move forward, allow that belief to completely lock in as far as your newfound beliefs, as far as how powerful a spiritual being you are, because that's what it is. We are very powerful spiritual beings having a temporary experience in these bodies. And once you start to do all this deep inner work, you heal at a soul level, you're going to start to discover your gifts, that all of a sudden you're not going to have to put any type of practice as far as being able to use your spiritual gifts. You're just going to remember, this is exactly how I use it. This is exactly what I did with my spiritual gift. And answers are going to come exactly when they need it. But right now, God is asking, listen, trust in me. Have faith in me that you will be provided for. And that's one thing too. Make sure to ask for what's the bare minimum that you're willing to live with right now moving forward in order to achieve your dream, in order to push forth in the direction that your heart is guiding you, is leading you towards. Put it out there. I did that. The minimum I was willing to live with, a roof over my head, food, and internet. Guess what? I never went without. If anything, I always had all that in abundance. And if you're able to make it a regular basis thing, as far as getting yourself out in nature, as far as connecting with Mother Gaia, connecting with your angels and your guides, really calming that mind. Those of you who are struggling to connect with your angels, your guides, your higher self, God, it's all about calming that mind, tapping into your heart space, and then let love guide you. Let that high vibrational frequency allow you to tap into the right vibrational frequency in order to start to get those ideas to come forth, to get the clear picture as far as how to move forward. And know this, you're doing far better than you think. You are on the right path, and continue pushing forth with your heart. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. I love you guys. You guys have an awesome day. Namaste.